want to ask him anything? Or?
Yeah, I've got.
Go ahead.
All right. 3-0 on the weekend. A little bit of a cardiac moment there at the end of the ninth. What did you think about the team's performance over the weekend?
Well, again, we got another really good start from our starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Brett Walker, he did a phenomenal job. I thought they played extremely well today in terms of, I thought they took good at bats. I thought they played awesome defense, and it was a test for us. And not every game. Last week Sunday was a 10-0 game, and Sundays are usually really hard battles, and they're hard games to win. And so I was really proud of the way we swung the bat, the way we played offense, and how we pitched. And it was a good weekend for sure.
Brett likes to work fast, gave up a couple hits here and there, but had a really good performance. In the seventh inning, it looked like he maybe started a little too fast after that out and got a time called. What was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, the umpire, he has a responsibility to make sure that the hitter is ready for a pitch to be thrown. And Brett, his eyes were still down, the hitter's was, and so he just called timeout. Brett likes to work fast, and he's a fiery competitor, so anytime somebody tries to stall on him like that, it gets under his skin a little bit. But so that's what happened.
We talked before the season about Porter and how much he's improved in left field. He had plenty of opportunity to show you something today. What did you think of his performance?
Well, two plays that stand out to me. One was a high pop-up where Tommy had to go back at short, and he did a good job and called him off because he had the easier play, but he had to run a long way. And then the other one was, the ball in the gap on the sac fly. Keeping that as a sac fly instead of a double was huge in the eighth inning. So Porter's, he's been there, he's done that, and he took really good at bats today. So, we're trying to figure out, like we've talked about, the best 9 guys, and he's definitely put himself in a position, like in most years that he's played for us, to be one of those guys for sure.
David got thrown out trying to tag up to second. A couple guys got picked off at second this weekend, ran into a couple outs on the base paths. How much of that is just the cost of being aggressive versus things you guys need to maybe work out?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our stolen base numbers over the time that Coach Mo's been here, they're really, really good, and that's a huge part of our offense. And so sometimes when you have that, they ran 2 really good pickoff plays at second base. Are we trying to be out? No. But they did a good job, and we weren't ready for it. So it's cost of doing business sometimes. I thought the first and third play in the first inning, that's a tough one just because, our guys are trained to run all the way through home plate. Luke said he did. So, it's one of those deals where it was a bang-bang play at second, and it just cost us a run at home plate, which in this game could have been a big deal. So, I think the 2 pickoff ones, I think one was all right. The other one I didn't like, just right after a pitching change and kind of being asleep really and getting picked off on that. But we're always going to be aggressive, and sometimes we're not going to be reckless, but we're going to be aggressive. And then sometimes, it looks probably pretty poor to a lot of the fans that are at the game, but just part of doing business.
Yeah. Talk about this venue and just being able to play here and, obviously having the fans here and still support, and then obviously to finish it off the way you guys did. Just that you can.
Yeah, so this is, the Rangers have been phenomenal to us in terms of, having us come in here and play, right? This is our second time. We started last year, in that College Classic, which was a phenomenal event. I think we're going to be in the Rangers tournament, from here going forward. So we're always looking forward to coming and playing big league ballparks, especially when it's right down the street, and then when we had the weather a couple weeks ago, they were nice enough for us to be able to come in here and be able to practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday when we had the ice storm. So, there's not many programs in the country that have the amenities right down the street like we do with the Rangers, and for them to be able to, open it up to us, and Dennis, the grounds crew, and everybody that, they do a phenomenal job in welcoming us here. And it's I know it's a lot of fun for our players to play in a big league park.
How about this hot streak you guys are on, and then this being your first season? How do you feel like everything's going on so far with you and the team? And just, I know you were before, but just talk about that.
Yeah, we're figuring out our identity. And I think like we said, we're figuring out the 9 guys that are going to be in the lineup. We're figuring out our bullpen. Our starting pitching has been throwing the ball extremely well. So really what we're trying to do is get this thing ironed out to a way where when we get to conference, everybody really knows what their defined role is. And, I think the intent and the energy that we've brought every single day has been phenomenal. And, I think they really enjoy playing baseball. They really enjoy one another. Our dugout has been phenomenal. And you see it on the field too. I think you can see, just a little bit extra in terms of, their desire to win baseball games, and that's a lot of fun to see.
Bobby was behind the plate tonight. Talk a little bit about his growth as a catcher and just what he's meant to this program, because he's bounced around a little bit.
I mean, in 2019, when we started the year off in Arizona in that MLB4 tournament, he was our starting third baseman as a freshman. And, he can play third, he can play short, he can play second, and then we asked him, hey, can you catch? And so he's really been putting the work in with John DeLora and Garrick Mosiello in terms of really working back there, and you saw it. I mean, Curtis has been catching really well, but we need a guy to help him out, get him off his legs, and Bobby did a phenomenal job. And we didn't take him out for a reason in the ninth inning, because he caught the ball extremely well, he blocked it. So I think his growth in that area says a lot about who Bobby is, for sure.
Yeah. And just last question, River got into a little bit of a jam there in the ninth, worked his way out of it. What's that say just about him and his kind of fortitude?
I always wonder, his freshman year last year in the fall, I wondered what got him mad, because I've never seen him mad, and he's always kind of the same guy every single day. He's kind of just steady Eddie. His heartbeat is super slow, and so he went through a really good freshman year, being a freshman All-American, kind of watching Halen Green. But he was in front of Halen, and then would watch Halen in the ninth inning. So when Halen left, it was for us, it was a no-brainer in terms of the type of temperament and personality that he has, and then also he's really good. So there's nobody else we'd rather have in the ninth inning pitching than River, because he can execute pitches when it matters. And that was an interesting one today for sure in the ninth inning, but we pulled it out. So.
Awesome.